Welcome back, everybody. My name is Taylor Martin. This is the best Damn EDC, and because you guys have been asking for it for probably about 2 years now, it's time for a truck EDC video. And surprise, I no longer have a Tacoma. I sold the Tacoma and bought this, which is a GMC Sierra 1500 AT4 Turbo Diesel Carbon Pro. It's got a really long name. Anyway, if you want to see more about the truck itself, I'm doing a video on my other channel talking about the truck, but this video is all about the truck EDC, what I keep inside it, the gear, the tools, the emergency stuff, all of that inside this truck. And it's kind of a work in progress because I never really thought about a truck EDC until you started asking me about it. So here we are. This is the truck EDC, and let's do the damn thing. So I'm not really talking about the truck in this video. This is specifically talking about the EDC, the stuff I carry in the truck. If you want to know more about the truck itself and my plans for it, there's going to be a video on the other channel. The Taylor Martin channel will be linked down below and you can check that video out. But for my EDC, it all starts right here with the center console. And in the AT4 or any 1500 from GMC has a really large center console. It doesn't come with this. I bought this tray on Amazon, but typically it's just a giant cavernous hole in the middle of the truck. So I purchased this tray right here and started adding a little organization to it, because I mean, if it's just a giant hole, there's no organization. You just throw stuff in there, it's going to turn into a mess. So I use this to just organize some pins, batteries. I have a Swiss Army knife, some spare keys. I don't actually carry keys. I've explained that a few times before. So I have my office keys, my house keys. I have room for change here, which I don't really carry change. And just breath mints, spare car charger, a flashlight, just stuff that I'm going to need pretty regularly. But if you need other things, you can take this tray out. And I bought this divider kit off Amazon as well. And I have that just kind of separating. There's no rhyme or reason to any of this stuff. It's just things that I need from time to time. Gaff tape, which Garrett knows, gaff tape's good for everything. Packing tape, because I'm always going to the post office to ship things and I need tape. Goodie powder for headaches. We also have some hand wipes and some carabiners, hand warmers. This is just also stuff that is left over from my other truck. I also have a really large flashlight in here, just in case another flashlight isn't powerful enough. But the real trick down here is this right here. This is kind of like the EDC kit that I did on the channel a while back, but this one is specifically for the truck. And because it stays in the truck, it can be a lot bigger and heavier. And I'll go over this in more depth on the channel at a later date, maybe once I get a little more squared away. But inside here, there's just all sorts of goodies. I got my mechanics gloves, little shop rag, a headlamp, because flashlights are good, but something you can attach to your head's really good. A knife, some vice grips, multi-tool, just a lot of stuff that's really, really handy that I don't want to have just laying around everywhere. So I'll go more in depth or more detail on the truck kit at a later date, but that is the center console. I also have this, almost forgot, just a little driver set with some sockets just for on-the-fly maintenance, which I never end up doing anyway. But it's good to have stuff just in case. So one last thing before we jump into the back of the truck, I have mounted a flashlight charger. Since I have like 9 flashlights in here, which is a little overkill, I have a charger in here as well, which is magnetic. So you can just stick a flashlight right there and it will recharge, which is really nice. I don't know if this is going to be the final resting point for it. It's kind of in the way of my leg, but I do plan on keeping this charger in here in some capacity, maybe inside the center console or somewhere else. But plenty of mounting options for it, but having that just drop and magnetically recharge is super clutch. So after the center console, it all just kind of moves to the back seat of the truck. And I try to keep it pretty organized in here. There's one thing that's, I'm kind of bending the rules a little bit for my truck EDC, because there's one thing that typically stays on the other side of the truck, and that's a car seat, which is not very exciting, so I took it out for this video. But the one thing that I really like about, my hat's in the way, hold on. So one thing I really like about the 1500s, I don't know what year GMC started doing this, but you have storage behind the seat, which is really nice. It's not a ton of storage, but because I have the car seat on the other side, I put essentials that I'd need to grab in a hurry on this side. So I have my first aid kit, which is just a generic first aid kit off Amazon. Another flashlight. I got like 6 flashlights in here. I probably should take some out. A little camp axe from Gerber. These things are pretty cheap and really great for just on the fly. A fixed blade from BMKT, and I've got a video coming from BMKT pretty soon. Handle for my boosted board, which I've not ridden in like 6 months. I have my little umbrella, and then back in here is a little pillow. So I'm going to be using this truck for camping a lot. So there's a lot of just kind of impromptu camping gear, and then a hitch pin. So that's all that's in this little compartment. So they also offer storage underneath the seat, and I really have just crammed a bunch of blankets in here. So this is a wool blanket, which I'm not going to need for a while. This is like almost like a picnic blanket. It's waterproof, so you can just throw this on the ground. A pack of trash bags, because those are infinitely useful. Just a little rain jacket just in case. And then I have 3 ratchet straps, a little bungee cord, and then these cinch straps. These cinch straps are actually really, really neat. They're from Naitais, I believe. I think they're called Can-Ams, and they're meant for like kayaks and stuff. You just need to cinch down. You don't need to really lightweight, big, bulky stuff. Those are much easier to use sometimes than ratchet straps. So since the baby's car seat is typically right here, I put less essential stuff on this side. I've only got a few things. Deck of cards, just because. I have a power bank. This is just some spare vinyl for the tonneau cover in case it rips, and then a solar panel for charging just in case. It's nice to just keep this in the truck so I don't forget it at home. Like I said, it's just kind of a work in progress. I haven't put a lot of stuff or a lot of thought into what to keep in the truck just yet, but just some odds and ends there. And then underneath, got a few other things. This is an emergency tarp, so works just as any other tarp, but in the event, let's say it's cold outside, you can use this as like an emergency shelter because it's got this reflective inside or inner, so it'll keep trap heat in. So I have that, just a little lightweight, like $5 stool, which I usually use for fishing. Really nice to be able to just sit down. And then these are 2 more emergency blankets. They're very much like this, but they're not Mylar. I don't know exactly what they are, but you've seen them. These are reusable though. So a lot of the ones that you buy at like Walmart or a sporting goods store are single use. These are reusable. So really nice to have those. And then just some rope, just in case, and some jumper cables. So I can still get to this stuff if the car seat's in here, but in the event that I need this, it's still accessible, but this is less important than the stuff I keep on the other side. Of course, I got a 3-ball hitch, and then the other thing, you may have seen it a second ago, is this portable power. So you have USB power here, but it's also a jump box. So you can start cars if the battery's dead, and then it's also an air compressor, which is kind of neat. I've not used it successfully as an air compressor. I have used it as a jump box, but as an air compressor, it's been kind of wonky, and I think it's probably user error, but nice to have a way to air down and pump up your tires on the fly. There are better, more dedicated options than just this, but this was given to me, so I'm going to use it, I guess. So the last of the EDC in the truck goes into the bed. I could have gone with a toolbox, but they're super handy, but I don't like the way they look for one, but I also have other plans for the bed of the truck, and I've also run into some issues with the bed of this truck because I went with a Carbon Pro Edition. So if you want to know more about the issues that I'm having, go watch the other video. But inside the bed of this truck, there's not a ton of storage. I mean, there's a huge box here. So one of the benefits, you can't really see it on video, but one of the benefits of the Carbon Pro Box is that normally where a truck bed just kind of rides in with the rail, it's the width of the wheel. Normally a truck bed is the same width as the rails, but this one cuts in another like 8 inches. So it's actually the side of the truck is about where the inside of the bed is. There's only maybe a ½ inch gap, which means there's a ton of space in here, but there's nothing I can really do to organize that. So really with this tonneau cover, the only thing I can really do is put bins in there. But I'm carrying all I really need right now. But I got this cargo net. This is the main thing that I want to show you. Just a cheap little $10 cargo net. So the Carbon Pro bed has these tie down points. There's 6 on this end of the bed, and I've used 4 of them to attach this envelope net. These are like $10 on Amazon, and they're just really useful for keeping small items just in place, or if you need to put something into the bed of the truck, it keeps it against the tailgate and from flying all around. So I would recommend this to anybody who's got a truck. They're just super handy, and if it breaks or tears, it's really, really cheap. And then if you're wondering about this, these are our camera bags for shooting this video, but these right here are just tiny little camp chairs that pop up. Super, super small, lightweight camp chairs that are not really taking up space, so I just leave them in the bed of the truck in case we need chairs somewhere. So that's it. That's the truck EDC. I will probably expand on that as I build the truck out. I'm also going to go over that truck kit, that little pouch, in another video on the channel. But if you want to see more about this truck, check out the other video. I'm talking about the tailgate and everything that this truck offers, as well as what I plan on doing with it on the other channel. So go check that out. I guess that's it for now. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below, subscribe to see more stuff like this in the future, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. Everything you see in this, like products and whatnot, is all linked down below. So if you purchase anything using the links down below, those are affiliate links. That means I get a little bit of a kickback. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just a good way to support what I'm doing here. There's also a Patreon at patreon.com/bestdamnedc. You can buy merch from me at carry.best. But with that said, and until next time, carry on.